Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third event of Career Month with the Boynton Beach City Library. Today, we are going to be talking about how to conduct an effective job search, both online and in person. Now, if you have any questions throughout the program, feel free to comment them if you're watching through Facebook, and we will gladly answer those for you. And so, without further ado, let's get started. So, why is it important to research companies when you're looking for a job? Why shouldn't you just find a job and apply for it without giving it a second thought? Well, there's a few reasons. First, you'll know if the job and company are a match for you. You can target your resume and cover letter to match that job. You'll be better prepared for interviews, and you can identify any red flags before pursuing a job. So, as you start to search for jobs, here are a few questions that you'll want to answer as you go through the process. Before you apply, you should ask, what is the company's size and growth trends? Who runs the company / what is the organization structure? Is the company charitable or supportive of diversity? Where is the company located? Does it have multiple offices? What will my salary and benefits be of that role? What will my work schedule be? And beyond that, will I get overtime if I'm expected to work outside of my normal schedule? What will the tasks of my job be, and who will supervise me? What is my upward growth potential, meaning can I get promoted from this role into higher level roles? What is the office dress code? And is there a healthy work environment? And so in this, we mean, is there history of complaints, high turnover, things like that? So now that you know the questions that you should ask as you go through the job process, we need to know where we can do our research to find those jobs and to find information about those jobs. So first off, you can look at online resources. So obviously the company website is a big one. You can also look on Glassdoor, which is a website that provides reviews of companies given by people who have actually worked for those companies. You can look on job searching sites like Indeed and Monster, and you can look on LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn in particular, you can look at current employees who work there. You can look at the company's LinkedIn page to find information about that company and that job. For print resources, you can look at magazines and journals like the Wall Street Journal and Business Week, which are both business focused publications. So if you're working for a bigger company or want to work for a bigger company, they might actually be featured in one of those. And they'll also give you trends on the industry and different things like that. And you can also look at your local newspapers and magazines for any information that might appear on the company that you want to apply for. And finally, word of mouth. First off, if you are a graduate from a university or anything like that, you can see if alumni from your university or school work there and ask them what they think of that company or that job. You can check your local career services office for information on the company. And if you have friends or family who work for that company, you can also ask them. So, as you start the job application process, there are a lot of questions, as I said, that you should ask and things that you should do. So, during the application process specifically, here are some questions that you should ask before applying for a job. Before you click that button, before you enter in your information, you want to make sure all of these are answered. So, what will my salary and benefits be? What will my work schedule be? Will I get overtime? What will the tasks of my job be? Who will supervise me? What is my upward growth potential? Will I have to travel? How often? And what supplies will I be given? And remember, you can and should ask these same questions during the actual interview process if you can't find them beforehand or if you just want clarification from the actual company. And you want to look for any concerns to make sure you'll enjoy this role if offered it. For instance, if you have a family, traveling a lot might not be the best arrangement for you. Or overtime, for instance, too. If you'll have to work overtime a ton, that also won't be the best if you have a family potentially. Salary and benefits, if you look at this, you'll know if what you're being offered is in par with what other people in your field make. Um, and that can vary a lot by job. So that's a very important thing to look at. And what supplies will I be given? For instance, if you're expected to work and do a lot of work digitally, one would hope you'd be given a computer, right? Or the right software you need to do your job. So those are just all things that you should look at. And one more tip, as I mentioned, you want to research the role and don't be scared to negotiate your salary. Often companies will lowball you on the first offer of a salary, and so you shouldn't be scared to come back and ask for more if you deserve it. You want to make what you feel you're worth and what that job is worth. So just never be afraid to come back to the table with a different offer, whether it's salary or benefits or something, after you have been offered the job. So you've started the job application process and you've considered all of those preliminary questions. Next, and almost just as important about the specifics of the company, are the company culture or how the company operates. So the things that fall under company culture that you will want to ask or look for are the dress code, the physical workplace conditions like your office space, whether you'll have a cubicle or an office or however it may be, the demographic breakdown of employees. This will show you if the company is diverse or if they have a tendency to only hire one kind of person. Any past issues with discrimination or sexual harassment, which you can usually find publicly available. Company process for handling complaints or criticism to make sure that when issues do arise, the company has a history of dealing with them in a constructive and a beneficial way for all. And then the turnover rate of employees, especially in your role or department. So if this one position is being posted every 3 months or so, then it's pretty clear that there's something wrong with that role or that department, and you'll want to address that. And finally, the personality or management style of your potential boss. This is the person who you'll be reporting to, who you'll be working the most with, who will be responsible for determining the success of your role. So you want to make sure that they are a good boss, that they have personality you can get along with, and a management style that is productive to you as an employee. Finding all of these things out now will allow you to discover any major red flags that aren't clear on the job description itself. So, how do we find these jobs to do these research? Well, there's a few ways you can go about it. If you want to get a government job, two very popular search links to find those are usajobs.gov or government jobs, which is governmentjobs.com. Both of these have positions across states and departments in the government sector, if that's what you'd like to work in. And then for regular jobs, so basically anything not government, although government jobs are sometimes posted on these platforms, the top four ones are Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Monster, and LinkedIn Jobs, which all have the same basic premise of letting you search for jobs in your area, in your field, and letting you create an account. And some of them also have the option to kind of upload your resume into your application so that employers on LinkedIn or on Indeed can find you. You don't have to find them. And finally, library job search resources. So we have a lot of really good stuff that is available to you right now if you have a library card to help you in your career search journey. Three of the big ones, which we're going to talk about later in the month with our career prep at the library program. The first one is Learning Express Library Job and Career Accelerator. And all of these are online, so you can access them whenever, wherever. And this one features test and skill preparation resources like preparing for your GED, your SAT, ACT, NCLEX, any other trade-specific exams. It's all there, as well as an online job search system that helps you find employment, kind of in the same way as Indeed or different things like that. Next is Gale OneFile Vocations and Careers, and this is part of our Gale databases package. So there's way more under the Gale database area that you can look at, but this one specifically for careers allows you to research a vocation, find an appropriate institution of learning to get that training, and get assistance on job searches and maintaining a career. So a lot of really good stuff in that. And then finally, Gale presents Peterson's Career Prep. So this tool is kind of where I pulled some of this information on job searching from, in addition to just doing other research. So this one I really recommend checking out in addition to the others. And here you can learn about careers, receive personalized recommendations, create resumes, search for jobs and schools, and get career advice like searching for jobs or interviewing or anything like that. And all of these resources are available at bit.ly/career month 2021. That's bit.ly/career month 2021. You can find all of those resources there, as well as information on our upcoming programs and other things to help you get a new job in the new year. So, thank you all for coming or listening. Does anybody at this time have questions that we can answer? And not seeing any come. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out, but I just wanted to thank you all for coming. And yeah, if you have any questions that pop up after the point, feel free to comment them on our post or message us on social media, and we'd be glad to help. Thank you all and have a good day.